in the prison right now, or?
Yes, I'm in Utah. In prison.
Do they have those?
Men's Utah Correctional Facility.
Do they have
with
those
my
Nordic?
Thor hammer.
The Nordic tracks in the gym? Are they there? No.
They make them here.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
what I
prison.
figured.
Yeah, it's their work release program.
They all chant Loki, Loki during the riots. I love Nordic god humor on Best in Show.
I wish I could like produce segments that had music and stuff, because I totally would have dug up some like Norwegian death metal and played it behind me.
I could probably have read you some epic poetry.
I bet you could.
How romantic.
And, I love you for it.
No, it's actually not really romantic at all.
I was going to buy a book of mythology this week. Well, let me rephrase that. I did buy a book of mythology this week, but I was going to buy another one that had a bunch of Nordic gods in it, and then I realized I can't pay my rent.
Oh. You want to come up here for New Year's and listen to records?
Old records, apparently.
Do you have any Nordic metal?
Yes. There are no new records here.
Well, let me see my favorite albums from 1996, and that'll make my
How about
decision.
1896? That's a whole thing.
That's when the Nords were in full swing. Yes, the Nords. That's what they're called.
That's not a PC term for them. It's not PC.
I know the Nord. I know Nord is the N-word, but
You effing Nord.
It's the old N-word. Nord's the new N-word.
the old Nord. The street corner poet got fired for saying "ye old Nord" in public.
Fjord is the FJ word. Thanks, Vanessa, for calling.
All right, you're welcome. And happy holidays, happy New Year. Nice to speak to you guys again.
You
Talk to you next year, buddy.
Rock.
And roll.
And oral, actually. It's a choice.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to logistically think about this here. How do we work this out? I'm almost thinking like that maybe headphones need to be in certain ears and things need to happen. Because it's the Best in Show. We've already given you 2 hours of solid show. Now we go to the extra bonus. By the way, I just want to say officially, this is the 3rd week in a row that I brought. Yeah, maybe we should turn those down.
Thinking I could spend the next couple of minutes showing the crowd the...
No, I don't think it's even necessary. Do we really have to go through the trouble? The 7 people that are actually in the chat room, if there are that many...
We're showing the crowd. Bourgeoisie, Brian's going to show you something.
But here's what I want to understand.
He's directing no one
Just so
right
we
now.
know, in the last 2 weeks, this show, I have brought topics in and haven't cracked my book once, and these have been some of the better shows we've done, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
Topics stink.
What stinks is I can't find the little
Guys
thing
hear
that I
about
need.
Brittany? Does anyone have a tissue?
I don't even know you, dude.
I'm getting kind of excited.
You guys could like talk about things and let everyone understand what's going on.
All right, well, you're listening to Best in Show. I think we've gone a little over today, and that's fine. That's fine in the realm of things, in the grand spectrum. No one's ever going to say, well, you know what, I lived a good life. I lived till 85. But about 50 years ago, I heard Best in Show go like 10 minutes over.
We almost
really
did a
bothered the
3-hour
hell out
show
of me.
last week.
If you think anyone that's listening to our show right now will be alive in 50 years, I'll be blown away. What happened?
Zombie will be alive in 50 years. We're looking for the
No.
tuner. No
What do
tuner?
we need a tuner?
I don't
Well, the
need
tuner's
that.
right there, but what do we care about that for?
Let's get these guys in here.
All right, let me go grab
they're
them
here.
and a tissue.
What do you need a tissue for?
You guys can talk too.
Give it a little bit.
Oh, that's nice. That sounds nice.
Welcoming into the studio right now on Best in Show Radio. It's the Church of Man Love. They're getting ready to do a little bit of excitement as they get through this magical... I think the guitarist needs to be way louder.
Yeah, totally. Bass is pretty good. I mean, the bass is pretty good.
I don't even hear it.
I hear it. I can hear you.
Why is it mono? Or do you have a balance on that?
That's about as good as it's going to get.
Turn your volume up.
No balance. It's only a mono input. Makes sense.
It also sounds like crap because of that.
Sorry, I was choking to death.
You want to try and tune this one time?
No, not so.
Give me a J. Give me a
Christmas.
J. Give me a J.
It isn't. Hey, how could somebody get in the
I
chat
can't
room?
do this. I can't do
Like
this.
me.
Turn me down. Turn me totally down, Brian.
You could go to tpxradio.com and then go through their chat links. I don't believe you can go to bestinshowradio.com and go to chat yet.
You sure can.
Oh, or you can go to Best in Show Radio.
Oh, chat. Okay.
Chat. Oh, you can go to listen to.
No, I got a message it wasn't working earlier. I just assumed it was because we weren't going through the normal.
That's because we're not going through the normal feed. The link is proper, though.
How did the Church of Man Love come to be?
Yeah, Keith, why don't you talk to us about the Church of Man Love while I tune my guitar?
How did it come to be? What's
In 1926.
We have to go back to the Epic of Gilgamesh, which predates Genesis, in order to tell this story. But if you want to fast forward a few years, the Church of Man Love began some point in the late 90s of 19. There were a bunch of guys that had played in new wave bands for years and years. They were like the godfathers of new wave, a lot of people called them. And they wrote a hit song called Manwich.
Oh, my God. Do you remember the chords to that?
No, I never knew them.
'Cause I think they'll end the show with that today.
I'm not going to say anything. All I'm going to say is Paco Bell, Canon, and D minor. You take it from there, or D major. Does it matter? I guess there's a difference, huh? And it kind of took off from there, and they had a huge following for the longest time, but kind of a revolving door of members
In America?
No, Norway actually. In Nordic prisons, it's the number one romantic song that ever plays. It really is.
They slow dance to it there?
You can call it that. I'm sure.
The one from Christmas.
And they kind of toned things down after a while. They had some hits like "Man Love" and "Playing with Boys." They did a few shows, packed houses. There was a couple riots, I think.
Packed house.
Oh yeah, definitely. And and they kind of don't surface very often. So I'm excited to hear what they have for us today. They tend to only do covers now because
They're too lazy to write their own.
Yeah, the
S.
songwriter's really, really lazy. He doesn't prepare for anything, so, you think he's going to write songs. It's not going to ever happen.
Never does.
Nah, it doesn't really happen. Unless he hears a good classical song to change, write some lyrics to.
You're looking over confused. It's because I have a loose jack.
They did
tighten it.
They did do a Christmas song last year. I think we finished with that last week. And
that's right.
And they did a top 10 cover of the Bee Gees song "Nights on Broadway."
Now, is the Church of Man Love a thing off of David Bowie? Is that how they got the name?
The Church of Man Love were named by a friend of our show, actually, a guy named Nick. He knew them apparently a long time ago, and he pointed out to the singer, who's a huge David Bowie fan, that in the song "Moon Age Daydream" he says the Church of Man, Love, but it says obviously he's being coy. It says the Church of Man Love, and he pointed that out, and that's where the name came from.
It's such a
this is all in the
place to
bio
play.
I read. There's like 6 or 7 books about them. I don't really know which is true, but it is a holy place to be.
Do you remember how the song goes?
What song would that be? Let me turn it over to them. Give me a second, actually.
Which you...
Yeah, well, no one really understands. A shopping cart is... Guys, stop. Hold on.
It's faster. It's faster.
It didn't start out right. Yeah, well, no one really really understands. A shopping cart is filled with cans, and a top hat, and a snare drum, and a horn, and a poster, and some magazines with my picture, and some magic beans, and a blanket that I got when I was born. Different people do the same things every day, and I just look the other way. But I keep on rolling, I deny a problem with my attitude, 'cause I will work for food. Yeah, I keep on rolling, I wasn't always paranoid. I sang a song on Uncle